Welcome back. Thanks for hanging on out there. I had a little problem with getting parts for this section. Thanks to Brown Delivery Company, and I think we all know who that is. They managed to lose my package for over a week, but finally got it. So needless to say, I will not be using them to do the shipping of my airplane kits because I don't want anybody else to go through the problems I've had. So, but we're going to be building the wing center section today, and this is what it should look like when you're done. So let's get into it. All right, we're going to start with the wing section now, and we're going to do this in 3 parts. We'll do the center section first, and then we'll do the 2 outer panels. So you need parts C1 through C6. So grab those and first lay them out and make sure that they all line up right for you. And then pull them back off, and then we're going to use 30-minute epoxy to glue these things up. All right, so we're going to do C5 and C6 on the bottom. So they should go like this. You get some weights here. All right, so your next ones will be C3 and C4. And basically what you want these to do is you want the joints to overlap so that you don't have any weak spots. So if you see that your joints are lining up evenly, then that's wrong. So basically all your odd number ones are going to be on one side, and all your even number ones will be on the other side. So that should make it easier for you. Make sure your parts stay lined up, because the problem is epoxy wants everything to move. I don't know why, but everything's got to slide. And we'll go ahead and do the other one now. But this part here is going to take the most stress in the plane. So you're going to want to make sure it's definitely built strong enough to withstand all the stress that you're going to throw at it. Okay, I think it's set up enough to where we can go ahead and add the other 2 pieces. So we're just going to put some more 30-minute epoxy on these. So during the process while this is setting up, be sure to watch your pieces as they tend to want to move. Mine did that, and then I had to put them back together again. Okay, center section bracing is done. The centerpiece. There's going to be a couple other centerpieces, but that's the main spar. So we'll let that set up, and then we'll get back to the rest of it. All right, now that we got the completed center section, you should have something that looks like this. It's going to be a big wing. So that's your center spar. So now we're going to start building some of the ribs. And you're going to need parts 1, 1C, and 1D. And you should have 2 sets of those. So locate those parts. And then it goes 1C, 1, and 1D. And same thing on the 2s. 2C, 2, 2. 2D. So we're going to use either 5 or 6-minute epoxy, whatever you have. And we're going to glue those together. All right. Okay, so you don't have a lot of working time with this stuff. So you're just going to do 1D here. And then we'll put number 1 right on top of that. And then we'll put some epoxy on top of that one. Then we'll put 1C on top of that one. So make sure these are all lined up. You want to use the top part of it for a reference. That's where they're going to line up to. And I'll take a clamp and clamp those together. Alright, so hopefully those don't move at all. Just kind of make sure that they all went together good. Alright, so that takes care of one. So go ahead and do the other 3 the same way. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next part. You're going to need part 6 and 6A. There's 2 of each of them. And just make sure when you glue these pieces right here together that you have a left and a right. So when you stand them up, they should be mirror opposites. Because even after 47 years of building these things, I screwed one up. I had to take it apart, and it's really tough to get stuff apart once the epoxy sets. But so I've got to fix that one. So basically, when you look at these, they should be mirror opposites. So we'll glue those up now. Okay, so once you get the other things done, up being epoxied, just take some isopropyl alcohol and a paper towel, clean up any excess that you might have, and then we'll move on to the center leading edge. And you're going to need parts L1 through L4. And so these, we can just use CA glue, because this is not where the support's happening. That would be on the center spar. So pour a little bit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Make sure it's laid out like that, because then our next pieces will actually, you're going to glue these on top, and these are going to overlap that joint, so we don't have a weak spot. So you're going to want to, and then, but you don't need to put any glue on this one around that, so it'd probably be better just to put the glue on here, is what I'm going to do. Because we're going to cut this little section out later, so we have complete access through that hole. All right, let's do that now. All right, so when you do this, you're going to take the L3, L4, and you'll glue those together right there. And you want to make sure that joint is staggered. And then you're going to cut out this section right here. And you should end up with something that looks like this. And this is your leading edge. And we also need to mark in where the ribs go. So we'll do that now. All right, so our next step's going to be, we need to draw in where our ribs are going to go. So these lines that are right here on the plan, use those as your guide, and we'll draw those in. We'll do that now. All right, so once you get the one side done, then flip it over and do the other side. So it should have lines on both sides of your center spar. All right, so now you're going to need your D1s, and these are going to be your front spar doublers, and they're going to go in like so. And then you have your aft spar doublers, which would go on the back side of that. So, and you want to epoxy these in, and you can use whichever epoxy you want. Doesn't matter. So let's get that done now. All right, so now you should have something that looks like this with your doublers. So now we're going to put in the first ribs. So you're going to need 1C and 2C. And then we're just going to mount these right in here. And make sure this portion lines up with that hole right there. That's your landing gear rails. All right, let's do that now. And use 6-minute or 5-minute epoxy, whatever you have. Okay, so now you should have something that looks like this. You've got your landing gear spots. So now on to the next step. All right, so now you're going to need your 3, 4, and 5, and you're going to glue them in respective locations. 3, 4, 5, and you're going to glue them right to the center spar, right like that. So you'll have 3, 4, and 5 on both sides, and then in the middle we'll put our 6s when we get to that. All right, so let's do that now. And you can use CA glue to glue those on. You don't need epoxy. All right. Also, note that this is the top of your spar, and so you want all your parts labeled top. where it's labeled top to be at the top of the spar. All right. All right. So now you're going to need to grab your 6 and 6A assemblies, and then you're going to need parts 6B, and you want to test fit these before you glue them. Make sure they're good. They'll just go in like so. These are your wing dowel plates. You want to make sure they fit good. So once you're satisfied with that, then go ahead and epoxy those with 6-minute epoxy. All right. And then after you glue those together, then you can glue these to your center spar with 6-minute epoxy also. All right. So now you should have something that looks like this. So let that all set up, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right. So once you have this done, it should look something like this. And what I did is I went ahead, once this section dried, I went ahead and added some more epoxy on it just because that's going to take a lot of stress, and I want to make sure that's going to hold up good. So then you'll flip it like that, and you're going to need parts 3B through 6B, and you're going to go ahead and glue them into their respective locations. So 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's get that done now. And when you glue these in, you're going to want to use CA glue, and you're going to want to make them to where they should be pretty even with the top and bottom. But it should, if there's any question, always aim for the top, be even with that. All right, so once you got that done, then you're going to want to put in 1A and 2A on both ends, and you need to epoxy those in. So, and you can use whichever epoxy you want to use. Doesn't have to be 5 or 6 minute. It can be 30 minute if you want. It doesn't matter. All right, so now you should have something that looks quite like this, with all your ribs in place. And just make sure all your glue joints are good. And then we'll move on to the next thing. All right, so now what you want to do is find some of your 1/2 inch by 7/8 inch balsa sticks, whatever you have left over, and cut 2 blocks. And one's going to go under 1A at both ends. And then you're going to pin that block to the board. And then take some weights and weight down the center of the spar. And this will help keep the spar from twisting while we're finishing up the rest of the stuff on it. All right, so now you're going to need T1 and T2, and you'll glue these right up at this joint right here, and then you'll lay another one on top, and make sure your joints don't line up. They need to be staggered. So, and then you'll glue those all together to each other. Okay, so once you get those pieces glued together, then you're going to glue them to the aft ends of your ribs. Okay? All right, so once you get that done, you should have something that looks like this. So now we can go ahead and put on the front, the forward leading edge. So we'll do that now. All right, now you're going to need L5, and then you should have 2 of those. And this is your leading edge tripler. Now we're going to push these up from the bottom, and they're going to fit between rib 5 and rib 2. And they'll cover this little hole right here. This little hole there. Yeah. So you're going to push these up from the bottom. And note this portion here is going to be over here. And the wide portion is going to be up next to rib 5. So you're going to slide that up in there from the bottom. And then Once you get that in place, then now it's all good. Go ahead and glue it. So if you're not sure which way to put this, the large end right here will go up against your rib 5, and the small end goes down at rib 2, and then that curve just follows the curve of the leading edge. All right, so now we're going to drill the holes for our wing dowel plate. And so what you want to do is take a T-pin and run it through the hole and out the front, making sure to keep this perpendicular to the frame. Push it through. Then you'll pull it out and start with a 3/16 drill bit. Drill the first hole, and then come back with a 5/16 drill bit and then finish it. All right, so once you get that done, it should look something like that. All right, so now you're going to need a 1/4 by 3/8 by 18 basswood. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut this into 4 pieces that are 3 inches long. And they're going to go into the rail slots, or your servo hatch rails right there. Okay, so once you got those cut, then go ahead and glue those into place with whichever epoxy that you prefer to use. Okay, so once you get your hatch rails glued in, it should look something similar like that. And now we're going to move on to the next thing, which is you're going to need a 3/8 by 1/2 by 30-inch basswood stick, and you're going to cut 4 4.5-inch long pieces, and those will be your retract gear rails. They go in here. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, right there. It goes right in there. So we'll cut those and then we'll glue them in. And we're going to use 30-minute epoxy to glue those rails in, by the way. All right, so you should have that done. So you should have your rails in. Should look something like this. It's going to be a pretty good sized wing. So, yeah, it's looking pretty good. So at this point, go ahead and double check all your glue joints just to make sure everything is glued down good. Because you don't, once we cover this with balsa, you don't want any problems underneath. All right?